Hello all you heroes and ghouls, and welcome to my quick reaction, quick discussion video for the PS5 showcase that happened just yesterday. This is the first opportunity I've had to sit down and really just kind of pour some thoughts out for it, other than the live tweet chain that I was doing before. I'm gonna try to muster as much excitement and energy as I can for this, but I don't know how well that's gonna go over, considering my son got me up at 2:30 a.m. But I'll just go ahead and start right off the top by saying, hey, I thought that this event was awesome. I think that Sony killed it. They did so good. So just kind of going in order of events, I got some highlights here of things to kind of cover. And very first thing, that started, we got the bonfire that kind of showed up, and for the first place that my mind went to was the Demon Souls remake, but it turned out to actually be a brand new Final Fantasy game, which was, and ironically, Demon Souls was one of the very last things showcased. So that just kind of came out as kind of a little funny to me, that like I thought that's how it was kicking off, but instead it was actually at the end, and instead they launched up with Final Fantasy 16. Now, I historically am not a very big Final Fantasy fan. Usually I don't really care for the franchise at all. I enjoy the 2D games for the most part. Once they made the jump to 3D, I stopped liking them a lot, except for 12, which everybody else hates, but I really enjoy, even though I fully admit to its flaws and the reasons why they hate them. In particular, Van, or was it Vaughn, or whatever, the main character, a little kid who's super annoying. But honestly, you switch him out of the party, you only have to deal with him in a few cutscenes. But this one for Final Fantasy 16 actually looked really freaking cool to me. They're going back to actual fantasy stuff, which is, get out of my shot, get out of the filming here, try to be professional. They're going back to actual fantasy roots, and I understand that, a lot of Final Fantasy from the moment they went 3D forward, like, fantasy doesn't have to mean medieval. There can be modern fantasy, there can be, future fantasy, and technology and fantasy can be interwoven and whatnot, and that's totally fine, and that's cool. I have quite a few non-traditional fantasies that I like a lot, but I don't know, with Final Fantasy it never worked for me. I always, of course, didn't like that everything's disjointed and they're all different, like, worlds and blah 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 blah. But this one looks really cool. I really dig the aesthetic. The art design looked awesome. The change in combat looked really freaking cool. Turn-based is something that I can only stomach in a few situations. Like if there's a lot more to work with, like grid combat that creates actual strategies, then I end up liking it a lot more. But Final Fantasy has always historically just been your team, their team, turn. So except for, like, tactics. Tactics is great. Going around different the board for different strategical effects. But this looks a lot more God of War or Devil May Cry, extreme action-esque, where things are going a lot more in motion. And that's definitely a huge step up for me. Loving the way that everything looks, the designs, like a bit of it. I mentioned Devil May Cry a minute ago. Like, a bit of it with, like, it looked like there was kind of a Devil Bringer Nero arm stuff going on. That was pretty sweet. That totally awesome Phoenix design, really cool. But moving on. The Spider-Man Miles Morales is one where it's just like, injected into my veins right now, please. I am so excited. I want it. Spider-Man PS4 was amazing. Miles Morales is looking like it's gonna be the same route. Amazing. I love Miles. I love Spider-Man in general. The way it's looking, like how they're changing combat mechanics up just a little, where there was a few different things where it looked like Miles could use his spider sting or his bioelectrical sting to integrate in combat in different ways, which looks to me like it's replacing the gadgets that Peter Parker does, which makes total sense to me, and I feel like is a really organic change that makes them both unique one another. Peter Parker is a super genius. Miles Morales is not, but he has unique powers all his own. The villains honestly look like they'd be Iron Man villains to me, but it's all cool. The story, I'm sure, is going to be great. Insomniac does awesome things. I am very much excited. Just I want it now, please. The Hogwarts game, I wish I could be excited for it. I won't get into details, but J.K. Rowling, not actually a very good person, as we have a lot of people have been saying for a while, but as the whole world is pretty much on full display of now. So I used to love Harry Potter, and the universe is honestly very enchanting and very charming, and I wish that I could be excited for this, but I'm not, and it doesn't matter how good it is. Moving on, Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops. I do not care about Call of Duty whatsoever. I literally fast forwarded through that section of the showcasing. Resident Evil 8. There's not a whole lot more I can say about Resident Evil. I haven't before. It's my all-time favorite horror franchise for a reason. It's very near and dear to my heart. It affected a lot of my childhood growing up, helping me overcome my night terrors and being afraid of everything. So just bring on more Resident Evil, and I am super stoked that it's continuing on, like, going back to the horror and tension roots rather than the action fest. And I'm really digging it. I'm looking forward to the mystery of where's the antagonism going on between Chris and the new protagonist Ethan. So yay. Deathloop looks really cool. I really dig the pulpy aesthetic. Looks like a more action-packed Dishonored. The actual like time loop aspect of it really feels to me strongly like Majora's Mask, which is my all-time favorite game, and that's a big part of it, was like memorizing schedules and learning everything about the world and how things change day by day, minute by minute, and getting all the schedules down. So this really has the formula to be something really big for me. We got some Devil May Cry 5 Definitive Edition, Special Edition, whatever it is, really excited. I've been a huge Devil May Cry fan for a long time. Of course, we always get the special edition afterwards where Virgil becomes playable, and yes. New FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. First, let's just talk about how amazing it is that an indie franchise is getting a full-blown, like, AAA style trailer in the... Did my light just, like, go out a little bit? Oh, sorry. Let me get my hand out of your way. Huh. That's weird. Looks like things just kind of got darker on my recording. I hope it's not actually getting darker for you guys, because there's not a whole ton of light here to begin with. How amazing it is that an indie franchise is having, like, a trailer in a AAA release showcasing with for Sony's PS5. That is phenomenal. The indie scene has moved forward and become such a strong presence. It is truly revolutionary, and I'm really excited just by that fact. Like, we're getting Nintendo putting focus on Sans in a like calling him out in a tweet the other day. Was it yesterday or something? Shovel Knight is a trophy in Smash Bros. Like, the indie scene is making such a huge impact now, and the age of connectedness and the internet has really brought that to the forefront. I love it. And so really huge congratulations to Scott Cawthon on being able to have his creation featured alongside the likes of God of War and and Resident Evil. That's giant. The actual trailer itself, there's not a whole lot to say. I'm sure if we dug into it, change the aspect ratio and the brightness and look into the source code, yada yada, there's going to be like other things to see, as there always is. That's just how Five Nights at Freddy's goes. But as usual, I'm probably not going to play it personally. My friend N is going to undoubtedly get it on her computer on release, play the hell out of it, and I'm going to watch all the other playthroughs that go up online, and I'm going to throw myself into the lore and the theory crafting portions of it, as per usual. Going down my list here, the PlayStation Plus compilation collection. Oh my god, that is amazing and a brilliant strategy to compete with Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass. And they just hit with like hit, mega hit, one after the other, just showing all these games that you'll have free download access to, not just streaming like the some of the PlayStation Plus material they do now. Oh god, because internet has always been a difficult thing for me to like maintain around, like that was never a good situation. But actual download, just access to by having a PlayStation Plus subscription, that is an amazing business move, and huge for for competition with Xbox Game Pass, and just a great consumer friendly move in general. I love it. And the actual prices for the two different models, the digital only $400, the one with the disc drive $500. I was surprised there was actually a full $100 difference just by removing the disc drive. So that's awesome. I probably still won't be getting any of them at launch, just because money's going to be super tight for a while, especially with buying the new house. So much has to be done with it and everything else happening, just general life stuff. If I were to get one, I would prefer to get the one with the disc drive, because I like having discs. It provides me with ownership and control of my own stuff, and I like displaying them. I like having the collection. But if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like, I'll probably have to wait for consoles, and then get the digital version just for monetary reasons. But I was honestly very surprised that they were able to do something to compete with the new series of Xbox, and they did. Like, I wasn't expecting them to be able to be in the same price range, but they did, and that's really freaking cool. This 2020 has been frankly a total shit year for so many reasons, but honestly, the gaming scene has been phenomenal. The news that we've been getting, all of the releases scheduled to come out, that all the stuff that we have gotten, Nintendo has been honestly, frankly, destroying the scene themselves. But Sony and Microsoft have both had excellent showings, and honestly, I think Sony killed it. They honestly killed it with their showcase yesterday. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10, a 4.5 out of 5. That's where I go with this. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I have got to make sure that I can get back into the building and clock back into work. So all of you have, yep, already covered. Fantastic day. Sorry, loopy, tired. 2:30 a.m. child. So take care, everybody. Love you all. Keep being awesome. And honestly, Sony and PlayStation 5 for that, oh god, no, itchy nose, for that amazing showcase. They really do deserve a great big hell yeah.